Good evening. My name is Fred Flores, and I was born, raised, and I reside in the 7th Council District. I worked for a representative who oversaw the 7th Council District, and I worked hand in hand with the Seymour neighborhood folks up here. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Want me to repeat that? Anyways, I am a resident here of the 7th District. This is alma mater, went to school here, graduated, summa cum laude, went to UCLA, worked full-time, raising kids, and all I want to do is represent you. I'm a veteran. I run the Veterans Day Parade here in the San Fernando Valley. I organize it, I founded it. I've worked with the community here on the trails back there, horse trails, and the dam issues that were going on here in the mid-90s, so I have a familiarity of how I can do to help your neighborhood here. And I only have a second, but thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Connie Saunders, and I am inspired to run for this race because for the last 25 years plus, I've been working with laws and codes from all 50 states, so do readily understand them. And I've seen a lot of violations in our codes of the Constitution, both US and California, and I'm inspired to help fix that, which can be done in many ways. Also, I want to make sure that LA City has good education and that the school board is given all that it needs to get our standards up. Our standards are far, far too low. And I want to make sure also that we're doing something about drug education in the schools, especially in preschools. Because the problem is getting worse and is very definitely related to the homeless issues that we have, along with mental health issues. My
name is Mike Schaefer. You can remember it by Be Safer with Schaefer. I've always had the support of law enforcement because I've been a city prosecuting attorney and have spent years going to court every day with our law enforcement officers on their cases. I broadcast myself as the most experienced candidate and the best educated. I have a doctorate in law from Georgetown. I've worked on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. I've been with the State Corporations Commission in Los Angeles. I've been city councilman elected twice in the San Diego government. And I've been city prosecutor of San Diego. I've been around Los Angeles for 50 years. I had a hotel over in Avalon, Catalina Island with a booking office in Hollywood. I've had apartment houses in Mid-Wilshire and downtown. I have some big issues. I think we should indict more public officials, and some smaller issues that are important. Our libraries must be the most liberal. It's a crime that we don't open until noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to rattle some cages, and that's what we need. Be Safer with Schaefer.
My name is Terrence Gomes. I will listen, we will talk, and I will act. That's what you want in a council member. Somebody who will listen to you, to do what's needed for the community, and we haven't had that for 25 years. We also want a council member who will fight for what we actually need in our community, but at the same time will protect us from the things that we don't. We have a raging crime rate of 47% over the last 3 years. It's despicable. It shouldn't be that way. Our education is failing. 54% graduation rate. That means 46% of our students, our children, do not graduate from high school. What does that leave them? You okay, ma'am? Thank you. All right, Dale.
Hi, my name is Dale Gibson. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky. I moved out here 31 years ago to get in the picture business. I've been a working stuntman for 30 years, and I've been a small business owner for the last 19 years, and this may come as a big surprise to you, but I'm also an equestrian. The reason I love this area is because it is open space and it's very equestrian, and somebody said today, well, as an equestrian, you may only look at part of the needs, but I think all of us live in this area because of it is a certain way, and we'd all like to keep it that way, and I'm here to tell you that I will fight for that, from the high-speed rail to open space to business, the corridors. This place is a mess. I've been out talking to homeless people, and I'm going to use my last 13 seconds to let everybody know. If you'll go to my website, I've been putting out little videos every day talking about different problems. So if you'd like to know more extensively what I'm talking about, check out my Dale Gibson for CD7.
Hello, I'm Art Miner. Thank you all for coming. I'm a lifetime resident of Sunland. Me and my wife own the Crow's Nest restaurant up in Tahunga. My wife is still a full-time engineer. Both of us are engineers. I retired from engineering to open up the Crow's Nest. We have 2 children that are both in college. Getting down to this 1-minute speeches are a little bit difficult for me. I graduated from CSUN with an engineering degree. I spent 30 years as an engineer and an engineering manager for the U.S. Navy and the Missile Defense Agency. I'm not a career politician. I'm not running because I really want to be a public service. I'm running because I want to make a change in our environment. I want to provide a real solution for the homeless, and I encourage you, just like Dale, please go to our website. These 1-minute interviews don't give you a whole lot of choices to really look at. One of my biggest concerns is bringing business back to our community. You know, I don't care what you think of Trump or how much you don't like Trump, but I'd like to know from who from the city is working with Trump's organization that if he brings back jobs, they come here to LA. Thank you all so very much.
Good evening. I'm really excited to be at a community college because a community college, Pierce Community College, was the lifeline to get me out of the life that I was living as a kid and make a better life for my family. So I'm excited to be here. My name is Vanessa Martinez, and I'm running for 3 reasons. 1, we need someone really qualified. This is a difficult position, and it has a lot of responsibility. I've been a lawyer for 15 years, 10 of those years in private practice, dealing with cities, law enforcement, both prosecuting law enforcement when they don't do what they're supposed to do and defending law enforcement from frivolous lawsuits. I've dealt with contracts with municipalities and a lot of other things with cities. Now I work as a Deputy Attorney General for the Department of Justice, and that gives me a lot of experience with different government agencies. I also think we need someone independent. I've raised the 4th largest amount of money. It's only a drop in the bucket, but it's all from here, and so I'm beholden to no one but you if you get me there. So thank you very much, Vanessa Martinez.
Buenas tardes. How are you guys? My name is Olga Ayala. I actually came here to Mission College. I graduated from here. I was here 10 years because I was undocumented student and I couldn't transfer. So anyways, I finally did it. I got my BA in political science from CSUN, and I'm working on my master's in urban planning. It's my last semester. I also worked for the city of Los Angeles, 7 years in the city council under Tony Cardenas. I was field deputy for anyways, pretty much everywhere. I am the only candidate that is offering to give back of my salary 30%. I think the community needs a lot more than that, but that's just the beginning. I also, wow, 16 seconds. Pretty much, that's it. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Monica Rodriguez, candidate for Council District 7. I'm a lifelong resident of the 7th District and a homeowner raising my family for the last 16 years in Mission Hills. This community has been abandoned by leadership. In the last 10 years, we have seen 3 elected officials who prioritize their own political interest before putting that of the community ahead of them. I am someone who has done this job from the bottom up, starting my career at the age of 20 because I wanted to be a voice for change in city government. I started at City Hall working as a staff member on the City Council, working my way up as one of the youngest staff members to Mayor Richard Reardon, leading community revitalization efforts and economic development, cutting through red tape, working in the private sector to help families save their homes from foreclosure during the economic recession. Most recently on the Board of Public Works, I led initiatives to help paved the most number of streets paved in the city's history, over 2,400, and created small business academies to help small business come back to Los Angeles.
My name is Mark Reed. I'm running for city council because I've been a 60-year resident in this district. I was born and raised here. I have 3 adult children and 9 grandchildren. I have dreamed for a neighbor to become a representative of our community because I've watched these damn career politicians in downtown Los Angeles screw over our district for the last 40 years, and I'm tired of it. I was in business management until I was 26 years old, where I bought my first company. From there, I've established 3 other companies as well. I don't need this job. I am independent at this moment, so I'm not asking people for money. I don't want your money. I want your votes, and I'm not going to buy them. I've been the national rep for American Indians for the last 15 years, where I've dealt with government-to-government relations. I've been the national chair of several other committees as well, so I will be able to hit the ground running. You have to remember an old cliche that my father was a lieutenant commander of the United States Navy taught me. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. We've had too many quitters representing the good people of the 7th District.
So my name is Monica Ratliff, and I would obviously love your support. I'm a teacher. I've taught for the last 14 years, and I've also been a school board member here for LA Unified, so I do want to correct the graduation rate statement earlier. We're actually in the 70%, we're like 75%, which is still not good enough, but I do want to put that out there. I'm running because I actually, as a school board member, had a lot of problems with City Hall myself in terms of getting us crossing guards, getting sidewalks, getting crosswalks, and then the DWP rate hike obviously hit LA Unified really hard. And then when I would go to neighborhood council meetings, I would hear a lot about development that was pretty much out of control and how City Hall would just continually approve whatever the developer wanted. So I'm against all of those things. I want only what the voters want. So I'm endorsed by the LA Times, I'm endorsed by the Daily News, but the endorsement I actually want is yours. So I would really appreciate your vote. And then in my last 6 seconds, I just want to give a shout out to all the young people that are here because I think it's fantastic that they're actually participating.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Chase. I've been in this community for well over 40-some years, and I know you'll hear a lot of us say that. But I'm here in this community because I believe in this community, I love this community, and I'm passionate about the change that is about to take place. I graduated, went on to UC Berkeley, came back, joined a corporate company, Arthur Andersen in downtown, and I left there, and I joined, and I became politically active. And when I was politically active in this community for city council and for state senate, I actually left because I was so upset by what I saw taking place in the political system. And I said, I need to realign myself with what I'm passionate about, and that is my community. That are the people in the community, and I start with the young people. I have brought resources here for our young people to not only to leverage their education, but to pursue careers where they can thrive. And now it's time for our community to realign itself so that we thrive. I'm not about being beholden to someone else based on hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm beholden to you.
Good evening. My name is Bonnie Corwin. And a couple of years ago, I went to a high-speed rail meeting, and I decided at that point that I was very much against it in the District 7 and through the mountains. And basically, because of it, I started crashing every meeting I could go to, every meeting I found out about, and that led into the neighborhood council meetings and to the land use committees of all of the district. And what I learned was there are so many problems in this district. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take full time over. I do not have any ties that keep me from working. I'm not going to work 24/7. I do have to rest, but I'm a hard worker. I am on the streets almost every single day. Many of you have seen me. I've knocked on your doors, and I'm looking forward to representing you, and I want to keep working no matter what happens with this election. And whoever wins, hopefully it's me, but whoever wins, I will not stop there. I will be in your face all the time to make sure change is happening. Thank you.
My name is Jose Castillo. I'm the son of immigrant parents who fell in love with the Valley when I moved here in 1980. I first moved here and I grew up on a ranch with horses. I had horses up in the Antelope Valley. I have a vision for this district where our families can live, work, play, shop in safe communities. Within the first 100 days, I will convene a district summit in this college with all 7 communities to address the quality of life issues that we face. In the last 3 years, gang violence and crime has been up, and I have a strategy on how to use technology and bring in more patrol cars and keep communities safer without raising taxes. I am proud to have the support of my friend Georgina Carranza and others who have lost their loved ones to gang violence. Homelessness is a crisis that is not going to go away. I have multiple strategies on how to use technology, transitional housing, and services to make a positive impact. As a broker, I already create jobs and help veterans like Purple Heart Commander Luis Rivera, who also supports my campaign. I can fight the downtown career politicians and developers, and I'll give 10% of my salary back to the community.
Good evening. My name is Christy Clark. I'm a 17-year resident of our district, and I couldn't love our community anymore. I'm running for city council because I cannot stand by and watch our neighborhoods, our parks, our streets, and our schools deteriorate any further. We need to elect a leader who is not beholden and is not one of the city hall insiders and career politicians who has put our district into this situation. Please. We must protect our open spaces, our unique equestrian rights, our wildlife, our unique culture and character of every single neighborhood in our district. It is so important. You've seen me. I protested against all of the high-speed rail routes. I'm an advocate for artists and businesses in my neighborhood, and I'm an advocate for each and every community. Please consider electing someone who is not part of the status quo. We deserve better. Number 69 on the ballot.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Frankie Marie Becerra. I live and work in the district here. I've lived here all my life. I've raised my family here. I have 25 years of government experience. I've always worked behind the scenes, so I know how to navigate the system. So you can trust in me and getting to where we need to get to. My priority would be the crime rate here is ridiculous. It's horrible. We need to bridge that gap between LAPD and our community. It's just we don't trust each other anymore. We've lost that communication. That would be a high priority for me. Homelessness is just out of control. No one should be able to live like that. We're not doing enough. We're just not doing enough. Also, the city services, we pay our taxes. Why aren't we getting our fair share? I've seen it over and over again. It's the politicians. They're keeping control. So they're doing whatever it is they need to do and not service us as we should get our services. I ask that you...
Ladies and gentlemen, David Barron from Sunland Tujunga Neighborhood Council Board member. Been in the construction industry and law enforcement. 17 years with the Los Angeles Housing Department. So I see an awful lot what goes in regarding when we talk about housing, especially affordable housing, which is very misleading. I've been active here with the Pacoima Sediment Removal Project. I've been active here with the strip mine, opposing that being so close to our residences. I plan on the committee, on the council staff, to hire, in addition besides field deputies, to hire an accountant and an attorney so that we can defend ourselves against an overreaching city council and Sacramento legislators. Thank you.
I'm Carl Tarosian. I'd like to thank the Sylmar Neighborhood Council, Mission College, all of my fellow candidates, and you for coming out here tonight. It's not easy putting yourself out there and running for office, and I thank each and every one of you guys for having done that. And I know that there are 20 candidates running in this because for too long, City Hall has abandoned us, and everyone stepped up to say we've had enough. We cannot give in to the special interests of City Hall. We need to be the voice of the people. We need to work together to fight on important issues like addressing the homeless crisis in the city of Los Angeles, like protecting our open space, improving public safety in our communities, and stopping the high-speed rail, and most importantly, bringing a fire station to Sylmar. I want to be an accessible council member. My cell phone number is area code 818-714-1516. It's also on the flyer on that table. Feel free to give me a call to talk about my campaign. More importantly, if I'm your representative, please call me and have a direct dialogue with your council member.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carlos Lara, and I'm your candidate for City Council District 7. There's no doubt that the district has been neglected for many years, and I'm here as your council member to make sure that we work cohesively for the betterment of the district. I want to make sure that every family, every friend, every constituent in the district is properly represented. If there is one thing that we leave here tonight, to make sure that big money doesn't dictate who our next council member will be. We're fed up with false promises and false hopes. So we got to make sure that we set an example. I'm the youngest candidate in city council at 22 years of age. The youth is our future. We had enough. We got to make sure that we work together, inspire, stick together, and make sure that Lara will be your new voice, and I'm going to be held accountable because I'm here to work and make sure that everyone is being properly represented. Thank you very much.